Hello. After just completing the Coast to Coast bike ride challenge this weekend, I feel in desperate need for a bit of yoga to stretch it out. So I just thought I would share with you some moves that I feel like my body needs, and maybe you'll find it useful too. So let's begin on our backs. So just lie down, wiggle the shoulder blades underneath your body, bring your heels really close up to your bum, and make sure that you're hip distance apart with the feet. Press your hands into the ground. Again, wriggle the shoulder blades, tuck them underneath, and then lift up your hips. Let's start with a bridge. So you just keep lifting, keep squeezing the glutes. Lovely long lengthening neck, and just gaze up to the ceiling or the sky. So just keep squeezing up and breathing as normal, and keep sort of space enough for an apple underneath your chin. So there's space and sort of for an apple here. You can also get your hands connected underneath you and then get the edges of your hands pressing into the ground as well. That's quite nice. And just keep holding it there. Breathe. And then just slowly let your spine come down one vertebra at a time, all the way, and press the lower back into the ground as well. So make sure your knees don't splay out to the side, and we'll just do that again a couple of times. So we'll just go up, just use your hands. If you find it difficult to get your palms down, get the fists in the air, nip the elbows close to the body, squeeze up, all the way down. We'll just do it another twice. So this is a great one for your quads, obviously. Down again. Let's do one more. Squeeze up. Good. And then just while we're in this position, bring your hands like a cactus, elbows shoulder height, palms up facing, and then just get your feet about as wide as your mat and just window wiper the legs. So your legs just swing over left and right, left and right. So just enjoy that. Couple more, and then just bring your knees sort of in towards your chest, but just feet sort of hovering, and the same thing again. So go left, right. So you're just twisting the body, the palms are facing upwards. If it's easy, you can have palms down, arms outstretched rather than cactus shape. So it's whatever floats your boat. Just moving the knees left and right. And finally, let your feet land. And we're just going to go left and right with the feet on the ground but together. So you get a lovely stretch. This is called the reclined twist, funnily enough. So just left and right. And let's hold over to the left and look over to the right. Just gently press the hips out. Try and get your shoulder blades down. Just breathe there for a few breaths. Okay, the other side. Looking to the left, knees over to the right. And just breathe gently, maybe pushing the hips out. And then into the center, and just bring your knees into the chest. And tight grip as you rock left and right. Just massaging the lower back. Try and lengthening the spine here, sort of like back of the head's down. The lower back is pressing into the ground, just rocking onto your sort of hips. Cool. And then just have your hands on the tops of your knees. I always sort of link my big toes, like one big toe on top of the other. Send the knees out wide, back in, out wide. And then change directions so they're going the opposite way. It's nice for the lower back. A bit of a hip opener. And then knees together and a big circle together. And the other way. And just let your feet come to the ground. right ankle on top of the left knee. Put your right hand through the gap and hold on to your shin. And you can always lift up your head like this, or just let your head go back down. Just gently pull in and rock a little bit. If this isn't possible, rock up to sitting, and you can always like really push the chest forward towards that leg. Okay, back down. We'll just swap sides. So the left leg resting on the top of the right knee, left hand through the gap and pull in, rocking around just a little bit. Hip opener. Nice for the hips, glutes. Again, you can always rock forwards and push yourself in towards that leg. Okay, and just everybody rock up to sitting. Hopefully that already feels a bit better. And let's just do a little twist. So pull yourself up through the crown of the head to sit straight, thinking about your posture. Have 3 deep breaths, just maybe resting the palms facing up on your knees. Shoulders back and down. Long neck, chin parallel with the floor. Breathing right deeply into the belly. Really fill the full lung capacity. And we'll twist. So we'll just take left hand to the right knee and the other hand behind you. And do a lovely twist for 3 breaths again. Drop the shoulders, keep relaxed. With every out breath, try and get a tiny little bit further round. Let's change direction. So opposite hand to the knee, looking over your shoulder. Three deep breaths. Great. And the hands behind you. I'll just turn to face so you can see. So just literally behind you, and then your legs are crossed, and just pop onto the knees and push through the hips. So squeeze the glutes and open up the chest. And breathe there. Just keep the neck strong. I'm going to sit back down, and we're going to walk the hands forwards as far as you can go. Just bow. Deep breath. 3 breaths. Good. And then just come forwards onto your hands and knees, and we're just going to do the cat cows. So the cat cows is where you just dip and arch. So we're going to arch as you exhale, chin tucks to the chest, dipping, looking up as you inhale. Exhale, inhale. So this is your cow, this is the cat. Just spend some time doing that. Really nice for you, that one. And then just walk your hands forwards and we'll do a little puppy. So just drop your chest, drop your chin, and the bottom stays in the air, lower back kind of does a steep incline, and just see if you can stretch out the shoulders. Some people quite like coming up onto the fingertips like Spider-Man, and just really keep that thigh bone vertical. Press back up through the palms, and then let's twist out the shoulders. So we'll just, you always feel it in your shoulders when you're cycling, don't you? So we'll just do a lovely sweep up with your right hand, looking up to the sky or the ceiling, and then thread the hand through on the knuckles, bending this arm, land gently on your shoulder and your ear. We'll do that again 3 times, inhaling up, nice and slow. Exhaling it through. The legs stay where they are, so it's only the upper part of the body that moves. Lower part of the body just stays still. Inhale. And then one more, actually, for good luck, thread through, and we're going to stay there. So just gently land on the shoulder, on the ear, and this hand can either come all the way around to the lower back or wrap round towards the right thigh, or even clap onto the other hand so that you can use it as a bit of resistance. I like this one, where you straighten the arms and you just use it to get the shoulders aligned and straight. Have some breaths there, 3 breaths. Good. And just press up. Just do the same thing on the other side. Sending the left arm up and thread through, exhale it through. Inhaling it up. Exhale it through. Inhale, lovely straight line. Exhale. On the next one, we're going to stay down. So inhale, exhale, thread it through, landing in the middle with your shoulder and ear. No weight in the head. This hand can come up into the air or here, wrap around, or on the top. And then gently use for resistance to push against to get your shoulders a bit more aligned. 3 breaths. Pressing into the ground to come up. And then let's get the gate pose going on. So you get your right leg out to the side. Walk yourself back up. And just do a lovely lean, stretching out the rib cage, looking up. And then just plant the hand there and reach up the other way. So you can see hopefully the line, leg and arm in line. Good. And then just walk your hands out the front again, keep the leg where it is and do some more cat-cows. So just dipping and arching. You feel a great stretch on the inner thigh. Good. Let's just swap sides. So just sticking out the opposite leg. First job, pulling up, going over to that side. Stretch out the intercostals, looking up to the sky. And then just gently land the hand back down and stretch up and over, looking up. And just keep the leg where it is and just come with your hands down and do dipping and arching. Inhaling as you look up, exhaling down. Really get into that. And just bring your knees together and we'll go for a camel now. So we just have your hands, support your lower back, squeeze the hips forwards and just, this is the sort of easy version, like a supported version. So just leaving that chest poking up. But if you want to do a slightly more difficult version, just hold on to the heels and then just push the hips forwards and even let your head go back. Does feel good after biking that one. All right, so then come back up slowly. Absolutely imperative after a cycle ride, we do a downward dog. So hands plant down, tuck the toes under, lift the hips, flatten off the back, and then just pedal out the legs. We do one knee bending, then the other knee bend. This is what I call walking the dog. So it's a downward facing dog, and then you just bend one knee, bend the other knee. It's more important to have a flat back than have heels touching the ground with this one. So just let the head be loose, don't look at anything, just look towards your navel or your thighs or shins. Check the head's just falling heavy. And then let's bring both heels up into the air, both heels down, both heels up, both heels down. And then rise up onto the balls of the feet and then turn it onto the edges, like swizzle around, just playing around with the dog, just swizzling over to the left, over to the right. Over to the left. It's really nice for a little side bend. You feel that again in the side body. That's it. That's just your normal dog. So just legs straight, arms straight. So your like hips are really stretching up tall, bending your body towards the thighs. And for men, it's quite good to have your hands maybe at 1 o'clock and 11 o'clock, because that just helps your shoulders. Your shoulders are slightly different. Breathe. Good. And then what I'm going to do is bring my left hand into the middle and sweep my right hand back to connect with my ankle of my left leg, or shin, or whatever, and gently guide yourself through. Just holding on, bend that elbow and pull yourself through the gap. Twisting the shoulders, really nice stretch for the shoulders. Try the other side. Hand in the middle, sweep the other one back. Again, bend the elbow, just pull yourself through the gap. Coccyx high. That's good. And then just walk your feet in and slight bend of the knees and just dangle. So I always like cradle my elbows like that and just dangle, heads heavy like a heavy bowling ball, and just do a little shimmy or bounce. Just hang, let the spine sort of fall back into place. And then very definitely bend the knees deeply and ragdoll yourself up all the way to stand. Mountain pose, Tadasana. So your palms facing out, shoulders back. Just chin parallel with the floor. Just imagine that thread pulling you up through the crown. And let's do a head roll, chin to the chest. And just slowly move a circle all the way around. And the other way. Don't worry if you feel a bit crunchy. And then let's just take the head over to the right and link the fingers. Actually, do that bit first. So we just link the fingers behind your back and bring the knuckle package over to the right, and then take your ear over to the right. Squeeze the elbows together and breathe. Let's do the other side. Knuckle package to the left, head over to the left. Squeeze the elbows together. Then just drop the knuckles and sort of slide down towards your heels, a little back bend, and then bend the knees, or soften the knees, and just come forwards, stretching out the shoulders again. Open up the arms and just ragdoll up. Okay, I'm just going to return down to the ground and just lie in a little sphinx. Hip bones digging down into the ground, elbows into the side, palms straight out, and look forwards. Really nice for this thoracic spine. It's good. And then just take your arms wide off the mat and do a nice wide upward facing dog. Squeeze the glutes to protect the lower back. Just slowly lower all the way back down. Come back and just push yourself into downward facing dog. Sorry, not downward facing dog, it's child's pose. Good. Come all the way up onto all fours and just bring your right leg up. And we're just going to now lift the arms up into the air, plunge the hips towards the ground, and see if you can lean back a little bit more. Enjoy that. And then just bring your hands either side of the foot. And you might need to creep the knee forward a bit for this one, I'm going to go over onto the edge of my right foot that's forward, so that opens up the hip, and you push the hips back down. Lift up the left leg, spin the right arm around, catch hold of that foot and gently pull in towards you. And you sort of rotate up to the sky. And just breathe there. Good. Just bring this hand back down, and at the same time just pull the foot forward, so you're in Hanumanasana here a little bit, like you've got a straight leg. Let's get into the IT band a bit. So if this is good for your hamstring, but even this is a really good one for the IT band. And we're just going to work over to the side, over to the side, over to the side, and drop yourself. So there's like a little bit of a hip, like the right hip's just dropping back, left hip dropping forwards, and just drop your body over to the same side as the leg that's sticking out. Bow. Good. Back to the front, get this leg back, bring the other one forward, hips down. Let's take the hands up into the air and do a nice little crescent moon. One more breath there. And just drop the hands either side of the foot. Go onto the edge of the front foot, bring up the other foot and spin open to catch hold of that foot. And gently guide in as you spin the chest. Good, all the way back down. We'll just bring this leg to straight and the foot forward. And just enjoy that stretch for your hamstring a minute. And then let's take it over to the side. So we hold, the whole body goes over there. Like the hips, the left hip drops back, right hip sort of forward, drop the body. Good. And come to the centre. Bring that knee back. And we'll just finish with 3 breaths. Palms facing up. I hope that's helped your recovery. Namaste.